Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Super Sports Central. Today we have my Week 10 NFL recap. So starting off on Thursday Night Football, the Dolphins upset the Ravens 22-10. The Dolphins actually started Jacoby Brissett in this game, but he had to come out of the game with a knee injury. So Tua Tagovailoa came in, and he threw for 158 yards, no scores, no interceptions. And in the game, just the Dolphins tried to throw just a simple screen pass to the running back, but one of the offensive linemen caught it, and he actually scored a touchdown on the play, but it got called back because he was an ineligible receiver. Over to Sunday's games, we have the Cowboys destroying the Falcons 43-3. The Cowboys dominated from start to finish. They even blocked a punt and recovered the punt for a touchdown. Cowboys quarterback Anthony Brown made a spectacular juggling interception, and that was Matt Ryan's one of his two interceptions on the day. The Titans beat the Saints 23-21. The Saints were without star running back Alvin Kamara for the game as he was out with a knee injury. The Saints traded for Mark Ingram at the trade deadline, and he was the lead back. He had 14 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown in the loss. The Colts beat the Jaguars 23-17. Jonathan Taylor had another terrific game, 21 carries for 116 yards and a touchdown. The Patriots dominated against the Browns 45-7. So the Browns were without their top two running backs, Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. Dearness Johnson had a great game filling in for the star running backs. He led the team in rushing yards and receiving yards. He had 19 carries for 199 yards and 7 receptions for 58 yards. Patriots rookie quarterback Mac Jones had a great game, 19 of 23 for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Bills bounced back from their loss to the Jaguars with a 45-17 pounding of the Jets. Stephon Diggs had an amazing game, 8 receptions, 162 yards, and a touchdown. And Jets quarterback Mike White, who was filling in for the injured Zach Wilson, had a horrible game, 24 of 44 for 251 yards and 4 interceptions. The Lions didn't lose this week, but they didn't win. They had a tie. It was the first NFL tie in the NFL season this year. The Steelers had to start Mason Rudolph because Ben Roethlisberger tested positive for COVID-19. Rudolph didn't have the greatest game. He went 30 of 50 for 242 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. But in overtime, the Lions missed a potential game-winning field goal. So that's really what ended up costing them the game. Well, it didn't cost them the game, but it's what ended up costing them the win. They didn't lose. The Washington football team upset the Buccaneers 29-19. Tom Brady had a rough day, although he did throw 2 touchdown passes. He finished with a stat line of 23 of 34 for 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Antonio Gibson had a great game, 24 carries for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns, including the game-sealing score, plus 2 receptions for 14 yards. The Panthers upset the Cardinals 34-10 in Cam Newton's return. So Newton didn't start, but he did score 2 touchdowns. He ended up going 3 for 4 for 8 yards and a touchdown through the air. And on the ground, he had 3 rushes for 14 yards and a touchdown. And the Cardinals were without DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray for the game. That's the second game in a row. The Vikings beat the Chargers 27-20. Kirk Cousins had a great game, 25 of 37. 294 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Eagles beat the Broncos 30-13. Devontae Smith had another great game. He had 4 catches for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Packers beat the Seahawks 17-0, and it was the first time Russell Wilson was shut out in his NFL career. Neither quarterback threw a touchdown pass, but both threw interceptions in the red zone. Russell Wilson threw 2 total interceptions, and Aaron Rodgers threw 1 interception. Packers running back Aaron Jones left the game But A.J. Dillon stepped up in the absence of Jones. He went 21 carries for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had 2 receptions for 62 yards. Sunday Night Football, the Chiefs dominated on the road against the Raiders with the 41-14 win. Patrick Mahomes had a tremendous game, 35 of 50 for 406 yards and 5 touchdowns with no interceptions. And the last game, Monday Night Football, the Rams lost to the 49ers, and the 49ers got their first win at home by a score of 31-10, and it was their first win at home in over a year. Deebo Samuel had a great game. He went 5 receptions for 97 yards and a touchdown, and 5 rushes for 36 yards and a touchdown. Odell Beckham Jr. made his debut with the Rams, and he ended the day with 2 catches for 18 yards. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. And for the latest NFL injury updates, go watch Sports News episode 63. Otherwise, I will see you Thursday for my NFL Week 11 predictions.